Welcome along to this beautiful region here in the Asturias region of Spain, in the north of Spain, Sarajevo. It is the CSI 3-star here at Maeza. A fabulous, fabulous setting with an amazing lineup of horses and riders for the grand final, the Grand Prix here on this Sunday afternoon. Tremendous crowd, looking very enthusiastic, very interested to really enjoy some quite tremendous sport. Well, the riders have had their chance to have a little look around, as the members of the ground jury are as well. You can see that course, how it loops within this arena set by that man, Javier Treno, Chape as he's known. And it really is the perfect day. A gentle breeze and, well, just a pleasant temperature. And we can look forward now to a stellar lineup, including this man, Marlon Zanatelli. Of course, the Brazilian, her first time here in Maeza for this 3-star event. They're about to jump the Grand Prix. It's an interesting contest, technically level very, very good. The course designer has done an amazing job. And he believes that all the competitors will be very happy, and he's looking forward to coming back as well in the future. Well, another top rider that was here as well, Billy Toomey.
Hi, I've just walked the Grand Prix course, and it looks like it's very big and difficult. A lot of difficult lines, big verticals, so I'm thinking maybe less than 10 clears today. Hopefully my horse performs well. He's been going well throughout the show, and fingers crossed for a good result. It's my second time here in Sarajevo, fantastic venue, great facilities, and I've had some great results, so hopefully I can continue with a better result today.
I'm sure he will be one of plenty that are looking for a strong result. Billy already a winner here the other day. In fact, won the first Grand Prix qualifier, finished third in the second. Marlon there, second in that big class here on the Saturday afternoon. It is a world-class lineup that tackle this opening round, and we start with a rider for Great Britain, one of the greats, one of the Whittaker dynasty, Michael Whittaker, here with Caramel de Martires said, this 10-year-old Canaan mare out of a Darko mare. Of course, Michael, who has jumped to multiple championships over the years, including those 5 Olympic Games. He's a twice European team gold medalist. This horse, he jumped internationally at Chepstow back in the springtime. He's in fact recently been to Germany and to France with it as well before coming here to Spain. This beautiful bookcase fence there at number 3. 5 strides down to 4. This slightly curved 7-strided line. Those very plain poles there sort of blend a little bit into the surface, brings them back round to this big triple bar. They're jumping a height of 1.50 m, world ranking competition. That's a shame, just getting caught out that front rail, just proving to stretch the horse out a little bit. Now comes to this beautiful combination that brings you across the arena. It's 2 strides, upright, upright, 1 stride then out over the parallel. In fact, that has gone as well. Two-strided double, little plank. 79 is the time allowed, 77.96 is his, so it is just those 8 penalties for Michael Whittaker, the British star there, giving us a real insight into this opening round course. As Marlon was saying, it's technical enough for this 3-star Grand Prix. Just sending them forward down to that parallel, with the water tray underneath drawing the horse's eye a little. Certainly needing power to jump out of that combination, but unfortunately again it's a front rail. Jesus Garadida and Calais now. Chance for these two for Spain. This Holstein Gelding by Compañero. Jesus, who's jumped championships in the past, twice the Worlds and of course the Europeans as well back in 2009. In fact, this combination arrive here in good form. They have had some good, strong results together over the last couple of years. They won the final of the Sunshine Tour down in Veje, that big Grand Prix back in March. Nicely balanced on the 6 strides, that curving line that brings you to the combination. Then it's quite a long run. This fence that comes on the end, again with the water tray underneath it, sitting the horse back into this final line. Plank, careful. Last fence to jump. Oh no! Well, what a shame that is. He got so close, but you can see how the horse just slightly losing its shape and balance coming towards you, hand on face. What a shame that is. Didn't really do much wrong. But then the horse sort of slightly diving towards that final fence. It's quite an open fence. You've got the ferns, the trees in the middle, which again just draws the horse's eye line perhaps a little bit inside. But you can see here how he sort of lost the contact, pushed forward, and he was looking for that stride, but in the doing so slightly losing the shape. Well, what a shame for that combination here for Spain. So it's certainly a partnership that have had such a good run of form. They really will be disappointed they came close. Well, what about these two? Up into the world's top 50 ranked riders with this man. Marlon Zanatelli, GB Diamantina, the 12-year-old mare. Marlon, of course, the individual gold medalist from the 2019 Pan Am Games and Olympic rider from Tokyo. But this is quite a new ride. He only started with it back in March, and this is only their 5th show together, although they've started pretty well. They had a top 3 finish in Pilberg in May. I think it's certainly one that he's using this experience in this 3-star Grand Prix just to continue to build that relationship, understand and learn each other. But he is such a tremendous athlete, is Marlon. Fabulous position, and he's got this horse really nicely balanced. Showing great control there, just adjusting the stride towards that combination. Lovely rhythm to the way he rides. Oh, what a great round. He's in on the clock to give us a clear. Certainly worthy of that appreciation and applause from the audience here. And Marlon Zanatelli for Brazil with GB Diamantina. Just inside by a couple of tenths of a second, but he judged it just perfectly. Unlocked that course. He certainly answered the questions set by Javier Turner, our course designer, with great composure. I love that fence, that beautiful wall. I've never seen one quite like it. There's very fine blocks on top. But it really was a very intelligent round, and it's all about just keeping that rhythm, keeping that balance from start to finish. It's such a beautiful setting here, nestled amongst the hills, as we turn our attention to these two for Spain. Diego Ramos. Ooh, no. Oh, no. He's had the opening fence down. The Caixa Bank fence falls, sadly, with this 12-year-old gelding called Hero. And this was a young man that has really featured very much for Spanish teams again this year. He was very successful in the youth setup right the way through to the young riders last year. In fact, if you go back to 2019, he was a junior team gold medalist at the Europeans. But this is a horse, again, has another fence down he started with last year, former Frank Schittert ride, and he's been using it as a second horse alongside his Nations Cup outings in the Netherlands and Luxembourg just recently. And it's proven proving again with that fence falling to be quite a difficult day here in Maeza. Well, sadly for Spain and for the young man, he finishes on a total of 12 with those 3 fences falling, starting right back at the first. Be a little bit disappointed with that. Diego Ramos and a hero there. As I say, he's been a strong rider throughout his career. He's got a massive career in front of him and certainly able to mix it with the best of them, but unfortunately won't get that opportunity today in the jump-off. Certainly shows this course still requiring a lot of care, a lot of thought. There'll be plenty of that from this man, because it's Mexico. This is Fernando Martinez Sommer with the hugely experienced gelding called Corbacca, this Dutch warm blood by Colandro. It's been a super part of his career. They jumped to the World Championships together in Tryon back in 2018. It's a horse that's regularly seen jumping at 5-star level. He's been back on the global tour with it again this year, and he's had several top finishes in some very strong 5-star Grand Prix. In fact, the Grand Prix qualifier here just yesterday, he finished in 2nd place. To sit the horse back. That fence quite narrow. You've got that line across the middle. It's 7 strides from the triple bar to the upright. Just got to sit the horse back a little. Then it's 6 strides onto the parallel. So against 6 as a rule on the curve here. Yet again, doing a brilliant job so far. Well, Mexico are in the mix as Corbacca and Fernando Martinez Sommer there join the jump-off against the clock in this 3-star World Ranking Grand Prix here in Maeza. The Mexican who's already shown plenty of form over the past couple of days is certainly showing that that horse is looking as young and as youthful as ever, and is certainly a real class act. But there's so many strong combinations here today. Being able to enjoy some real talent, championship quality jumping yet again. Looking to try and put their name on the trophy in 2024. Well, we look towards the next to go. Back with another of the chances here for Spain. It's Mariano Martinez riding Rigi van der Gezeven. 10-year-old Belgian warm blood, the stallion by Thunder van der Soethoven. Mariano, who of course rode at this year's World Cup finals in Riyadh, also jumped for Spain at the European Championships in Milan last year on his top ride, Bilano. This is a horse he started with last year, although had some strong Grand Prix results, especially in Oliva in the last 6 months. He's also jumped it in a couple of 5-stars more recently in Madrid and in La Boule. Going a little bit wide. I think he's added a stride there, just giving himself a bit more room by taking the line slightly out to the left. Just looks a little bit steady. He's using quite a lot of the arena on the turns, and the time allowad's been comfortable today, but Still got to bear that in mind. It is very much part of the test. It's not just leaving the fences up. You've got to get inside the time. It's away with a little rub. That clock just ticking on. I think he might just be okay. Gets over the last, and is he in? No, he's not. He's just over. 79.12. Well, sadly for Mariano Martinez Bastida, he falls the wrong side of the line when it comes to the time allowed by 0.12 of a second, and he is not able to record the clear. He picks up that single time penalty, and unfortunately for the Spanish star, he and Origi don't get that chance to come back in the jump off against the clock. How frustrating from his point of view that will be. Well, we look down to this lovely looking grey ride, this mare who's 11 years of age by Echo van Spieveld is called Enjoy CKZ, and the British star in the saddle is Laura Rennick. Laura, who for so many years has been one of Great Britain's most winningest riders. She certainly knows how to turn up the wick when it comes to going quickly. This is a horse, in fact, I think it was former rider Ben Mayer. Laura started with it at the end of last year, and they've come fresh off the back of several world ranking top 3 finishes in Italy, France, Belgium. She'll want to keep that form here. They'll all know how quick she can be if she gets her chance against the clock. Finished in 4th in the first of the Grand Prix qualifiers on Friday. Oh no! Sadly as well, it's the back rail. That fence hasn't worked out for the British today. Michael Whitaker having the front rail off it a little earlier. This time Laura Rennick having the back rail. Well, not to be in terms of a chance at the jump-off there for Laura Rennick. She finishes on a score of 4 with Enjoy CKZ and 75.61. Interesting to see quite where that works out. As you can see, already down in 15th at the moment. But sadly, just that back rail. Here we go again. In fact, she caught that rail with the front feet as they stretched and lifted up. But it was on the way down, just rubbing the rail, and of course the pole just, could have bounced up and stayed in the cups. Unfortunately for Laura, it bounced straight out. One of the most beautiful settings in Spain for sport, and next to go is one of the best for Spain as well. Back up into the world's top 50 we go. It is Eduardo Alvarez Esnoir riding Dorian Batilli, the San Francais gelding, the 11-year-old now, by numero uno. For a man that last year, when he jumped at the Europeans, jumped at his 11th championship for Spain. Of course, that includes the 2016 Olympic Games. He's been having a tremendous year on the global tour with those fabulous Grand Prix results in the likes of Paris and Miami with Rockefeller. But this horse is a really strong 5-star horse under normal circumstances. It's been a winner, and this year has had some really strong top 3 finishes in Doha, Miami, Madrid. What can he do today? Certainly be a crowd favourite. Down that combination nicely. Into the final line. Oh, fence we haven't really seen fall. The front rail goes off the double late on, and unfortunately despite him being one of the crowd favourites, they won't get the chance to see Eduardo Alvarez Esnoir back in that jump off against the clock for Spain. Dorian Batili, sadly, just getting caught out, coming into that double late on. And as a rule, you'd think it would be the second part of this double, that tiny little plank, but it is such a long run. Just chips it off behind. I don't think either of them really did anything wrong. It was just one of those unlucky poles. Well, next to go, big chance for Ireland. Billy Toomey already had a win here in the qualifier on Ace of Hearts Z today in the Grand Prix with that ride. This 8-year-old stallion by Action Breaker went to the 3-star international at Bolesworth in Cheshire, near where he lives. Just recently with this ride, had a fabulous win in the world ranking class there. He jumped really well in Wiesbaden. He's had a strong start to the season when he went out to the UAE at the beginning of the year. And he'll certainly be hoping for much in this one. Middle of the combination, and again, he didn't look to do a huge amount wrong. Difficult to tell from that angle, but sadly, however he managed it, the fence is down. This horse, I think, it's got such an exciting future with Billy, and of course an Irishman who's a real class act in the saddle. That is a horse that I think will be jumping some very big courses with Billy as that time develops. Still relatively young and still learning, but let's have another little look here. Just ended up a bit close. You can see Billy did do what he could to try and shorten the stride in the second part of that, but nothing he could do. Ended up too close. Ace of Hearts Z there, and Billy Toomey. But of course, did have that win here in the opening Grand Prix qualifier on Friday. Well, the focus down there on the arena floor will certainly see the crowd paying a lot of attention to these two, because another of the big names for Spain, Sergio Alvarez Moya, riding Koningin, 9-year-old mare by Carrera VDL, Dutch Warm Blood. Of course, a rider that has been such a major part of international teams from Rio to Worlds to Europeans, including last year. I think it was his 7th championship last year. He's come to 4 World Championships, 4 World Cup finals. He's recently, with this horse, been on the Nations Cup in Deauville, where they took the win. But sadly today, form is only as good as it was yesterday, and that form arriving here with the Grand Prix wins in Deauville and in Luxembourg certainly sort of pointed to these two being favourites, perhaps. Good late draw as well in the class, but Sergio sadly having quite an innocuous fence down that hasn't really caused too much trouble to anybody else. Nothing you can do to recover once the fence has fallen, but he jumped a class round to finish it off, and well, still plenty of chances for Spain in the jump off, just not Sergio Alvarez Moya here today. So unfortunately, it's the Ascot fence just here at the Line going down there to 4, and he just found himself a little bit close again to that front rail. Of course, designer talking about the jump off, which Chape believing it'll be one on the turn to the double and the turn to the Oxa, the Julian fence. And of course, you've got to make a really good gallop to the last as well. Well, there was a presentation, money raised from the public tickets going to the charitable organisations for dog protection, also to cats protection, and to local people with disabilities. So some fabulously good causes there. Javier Trueno has set this jump-off course, 7 obstacles, as you can see, and we've got 9 clear rounds coming back across Spain, Belgium, Italy, Brazil. There's the lineup, and you can see like the young talent from Belgium, Thibaut Philippart's in there alongside Marlon Zanatelli and one of the big names. Some strong riders for Spain, Teresa Blaquez, and there's the man that has the luck of the draw, the last to go, with the fabulous experienced Mexican ride of Corbaca. So the jump off is upon us. The twists and turns await. What happens? We are about to find out. Jose Bono Rodriguez is going to look to set the standard with Alibaba HT. Stallion by Dublin Van Overis. So important. Whatever he does, it's such a difficult balancing act when you're the first to go, because you want to commit to trying to go as quick as you can, but at the same time it's about weighing up risk versus reward, because ultimately you need a clear round to put yourself in a strong position. Well, they really are crammed in everywhere around this arena. They found every possible vantage point they can. Look at them all sat on the wall as high. Everyone wants to keep their eyes on this. Keep your eye on the clock as well. Let's have a little look at this course. It begins over the same opening 2 fences, then it starts to turn. Right, now from 1 to 2, they now turn back 10, B and C, the second 2 parts of what was the combination. Landing there in about 17 seconds. Down to the fence that follows with the water tray, and I think it has gone. Well, the upright then sees this turn back to the parallel, and then it is a long old run to this new fence to finish things off. 44.64 on the clock, but it is a score of 4 there for Jose Bono Rodriguez and Alibaba HT. 44.64. Be interesting to see how that time turns out in sort of competitive stakes. He was doing what he could to shorten up, and unfortunately as he did that, and just again you're looking to turn, of course that makes the balance even harder. Well, we turn to the second of the partnerships, and it's another strong chance for the Spanish crowd to get behind here. Carlos Calvo Jimenez riding Bellagio Massieu. Music is certainly thumping away, getting this crowd behind everybody that comes into the arena. Real show to this jump off. Right. San Francisco gelding is by Myfly Landette. Like I said, even if he's a little bit slow, I mean, get that first clear in. That's going to put pressure on anybody else that is still to come. Of course, if you can jump the clear and add the speed, even better, but there are some very good horses and riders still to come. At the moment, looking at the way he started this, he looks like he's going for the clear more than he's going for the speed, because this, you can see, landing there in 19 seconds is already a couple of seconds down. But he is still clear. Turn back to the parallel. Again, taking it very, very steady in terms of time. But if he jumps this fence, it gives us the opening clear. 50.15, pressure is on. Clear rounds are required as the clear there is delivered. So very nicely done. Bellagio, Massieu and Carlos going clear. But in terms of time, he was some 6 seconds slower. So it certainly shows the sorts of times that are available around this jump-off course, and we'll certainly see faster. But they've got to leave the fences up. What about these two? Down there, that next combination is just having a little look around the course. It's another chance for Spain. Armando Trapatte riding Tornado VS, the Holstein gelding by Toulon. Jumped well in Jerez just the other day. You can see this is a horse that sort of naturally built for speed. And pace, I don't think, will be the problem. It is just making sure they leave all the fences standing. One of the quicker combinations, without a doubt, in this jump-off. "16 seconds, as quick as we've seen out of the double." "28 as he lands over the upright. Wow. Well, he certainly had pace, and he had pace in abundance. 42.29. I mean, compared to the clear round that leads at the moment, that was nearly 8 seconds faster. But Armando Trapatte has all the pace, but Tornado unable to whip up the right sort of storm, and sadly they blew the fence down. Let's have a little look what happened here. It's again risk and reward, coming in slightly on the angle, got very close to the front rail, but it's the back rail that goes down for that challenge from Spain. So still that one clear round at the moment of Carlos leading the way. Bellagio Massieu, 50.15. The next out on the course is another for Spain. It is Teresa Blasquer Abascal riding Nasa de Toxandria. They jumped very, very well here in the Grand Prix qualifier to be on the podium on Friday. This is a really nice horse. They brought the winning Nations Cup team in Vihir at the back end of last year. They were back on the Nations Cup team in La Bulle the other week. She's a super jockey. What is she able to produce here today? You can see there, just allowing the horse to run and showing the confidence of the relationship they have. Very quick, landing there 16/17 seconds. So much quicker than the clear, but the clears are what have been hard to come by so far. 28.29 as she lands. Now just giving herself that little bit of room. Now how quick can she come to the last all the way home? Beautiful round, 43.04, quick as well. Wow. Well, that certainly changes the dynamic of this jump off, because Teresa there has certainly shown how fast Nasa de Toxandria is, and she's delivered the clear round alongside it. So a superb round, 43.04. Yes, of course, we saw a fractionally faster round on a score of 4, but that really will make the others sort of stand up and watch. They'll all now be having to just think out their approach as to whether they can get on terms with that time. There is, without question, the caliber of horses and riders still to come that are capable, including this young man, one of the under-25 riders here this week. The youth certainly on show, and Belgium have plenty, part of the fabulous Philippe dynasty. This is Thibault, of course, who was such a success through the youth categories with multiple gold medals in juniors and young riders. He has also had a strong week here, very much enjoying his second trip to Maeza. This ride is Le Bleu de Monde avant Ruchterhof, a Belgian warm-blood this stallion. We've seen his brothers riding it in the past. It's the Plot Blue stallion, hugely experienced horse. And you would have thought would have been very much up to this. Just again, you can already tell that he's not chasing the clock in the same way we just saw Teresa. He's going to be much more around the time of Carlos. But we've reached a point in this jump off where jumping a clear is a key part of the equation, and that is exactly what he's gone and done. Thibault Philipparts and Le Bleu de Monde avant Ruchterhof there. Jumps it clear in a final time of 51.68. Nicely done. Still challenges from abroad to come forward, but we are now looking at one of those. Italy have won this trophy in the past. Can they win it again? Antonio Mala Galafalo. Looking like final flight preparations are now ready. So this is Callum Sandy, 10-year-old gelding by London. Also fact owned by Paul Chocomola. He bred with Gestalt Lewitz. .43.04 now is that leading time. But it will matter not, unfortunately. Down the fence goes. Another one, and he's certainly not pushing along. In fact, I guess there's a risk he'll pick up a time penalty here as well. Just over the 52, so 52.73 is the time on the clock. He has 3 down, so it's a grand total of 13. Unfortunately there for the partnership from Italy, which means with 6 gone, there are 3 more left to go in this jump-off that at the moment is led by Spain's Teresa Baquez Arrascal and Nasser de Toxandria. 43.04 is the time to beat. Certainly getting with the beat here in the stands, there's no doubt about it. Will this combination be able to rock with this round? Because it's another chance for Spain. In fact, it's their final ride-up, because the next 2 to go will be for Brazil and Mexico. Of course, Spain, though, do lead. This is Laura Rocco Epigarinero riding Nina. Peru, the mare 9 years of age by Fancy Boy. Picking up quite a good pace as she comes to the start. She knows that you certainly you don't want to lose a tenth or two as you go through the beam. Unfortunately, that has gone. Well, tremendous effort, but 48.65 is with a score of 8 attached. And that is, of course, not going to be able to challenge that leading round. So still Spain lead the way. And it's Laura there that finishes on the 8, 48.65, leaving us 2 more to go. But is it going to be Ladies' Day here in Maeza? Is it going to be a day for Spain? They certainly lead at the moment, but there are 2 more to come. 2 big names from the world of show jumping about to take this course on. First of all, a man that has won some of the world's biggest Grand Prix, Marlon Zanatelli, GB Diamantina. It's a relatively new ride, though. It is still a horse that he's just putting the final touches to, just learning those smaller details. And it's moments like this that'll enable these 2 to progress, and I'm sure be challenging in some big 5-star Grand Prix in the not too distant future. Lovely looking mare. Time to beat 43.04. Needs to be landing over the white upright that was fence 7 in around about 28, 29 seconds to be in touch, and this man means business. Look at this. Needs to be around the 16, 17 second mark as he lands out of the double. Gets a nice angle, and he is 16 and a half. He's absolutely on target. 29 as he lands. He's there, but he might just be a fraction behind. Is there anything he can do? He's going to perhaps need to take a gamble as he comes to the last. Marlon Zanatelli trying to chase down that time of 43.04. And it's 43.60. He gets himself within half a second, but half a second the wrong side. And so it is into second for the moment for the Brazilian star. Marlon Zanatelli there, putting in a tremendous effort, but it is still Spain that lead the way. Teresa Barros Maculiscal is out in front on NASA at the moment. NASA de Toxandria, 43.04, the leading time. Certainly as close as we've seen, but just not quite fast enough. Well, it's either going to be Spain's day here at home, or could it go the way of Mexico? The last out, this superb partnership, and that's what they are, a true partnership. These 2 know each other so very, very well. The 17-year young gelding Cobaca, Fernando Martinez Summer, is looking to try and do what he did yesterday on his other horse, Charlie Harper, when he won the second qualifier, but he saved Cobaca for today. Big challenge here for the Mexican, the last to go in this Grand Prix, in the jump-off against the clock. The CSI 3-star Grand Prix of Maeza is about to be decided. The last out who is going to come out on top. We'll keep an eye on the split. He'll have had the chance. He might have even seen Teresa's round, and if he has, that'll help. Oof, little rub, but he's there. He's absolutely there. Right, round the corner. Again, second split, 28-29 is where we're looking. Might have lost a fraction, but he's still very much in touch. How tight dare he come back? Oh, this is going to be nip and tuck. Where's he going to be? Is it Spain? Is it Mexico? Who's coming out on top? It'll be Spain's day, because Mexico finishing second. Cracking effort from Fernando Martinez Sabater and Corbaca. But unfortunately, from their point of view, I mean, he was faster by only 1.5 tenths than Marlon Zanatelli. I mean, that was superb sport. But as tried as he certainly did, unfortunately, from his perspective, it wasn't to be. And a massive, massive congratulations to the winner. The title comes back to Spain this year in this Grand Prix with Teresa Blaquez Abascal and Nasa de Toxandria. There's the full and final order. Spain, Mexico, Brazil. Fernando in second, Marlon in third, and Carlos Cavara Jimenez finishing in fourth. Ahead of the young talent from Belgium there, Thibaut Villeparts and Armando Troponte, taking a top six with a lineup there, also including riders like Mariano from the opening round that picked up a single time penalty. But it's been an absolutely brilliant competition from start to finish, and to finish it all off, this tremendous sight, and more importantly sound, of this local band here from the Asturias region, which sets us up quite perfectly for the presentation. Here she comes with Nasa de Toxandria. Teresa Blaquez Abascal will be receiving the trophy, and that smile, I'm sure, will stay for quite some time. Well, congratulations to her. A really special moment as they head off on their lap of honour. And what a day it has been, and it shows the great form. What a brilliant event this has been in the most beautiful of settings. Here is our winner, and today has been especially important for her, and of course she is very happy. The mare deserved to win because she is wonderful, and to win in Spain as well, almost at home, because we have a house here in the Asturias and spend the summer here, so they feel almost at home, and she is, well, very happy, to be honest. First round was technical. She remembered last year's Grand Prix being a bit smoother. It was all very technical, but very nice to ride, and really good. Then, from the Oxford to the vertical, she also galloped a lot, got far, made a good jump, and then on to the next Oxford and the next one, and also made a very tight turn, and well, you just don't know, but she won by very little. They could have been beaten, but, well, today was her turn to win. That's life. And ultimately, she's just so very, very happy. We're very, very happy for her as well. It's certainly been a day to remember for Teresa. Well, let's remember the jump off, and we can have a look at the head-to-head. Teresa on the left, Fernando on the right, and let's see if we can spot the difference that ultimately turned into 0.4 of a second when they crossed the line, because Fernando meant business. He really pushed on at the start. Let's have a little look when they get back to the double. In fact, Teresa's already found a stride on him at the beginning, and that perhaps was enough all the way through to the finish. She's still there. That advantage is with her. And she just hasn't given it, and it's the smoothness. Look at that. She's able to keep up that lovely fast canter, almost a gallop, and jump and run. In fact, Fernando actually came back. He took a stride less on the turn back at the end. But at the end of the day, well done. Spain take the top spot. Well, Mariano Martinez also today, he won the very important trophy as the best Spanish rider here this week, and there he is. Also the best under 25 in the Grand Prix here, Thibaut Villeparts, so also picking up a special award as well. So huge congratulations to them as the fencers begin to depart after what has been a magnificent Grand Prix, but a chance to hear from Mariano Martinez. The truth is that he is very happy because he's won the trophy for the best Spanish rider, which is a trophy of the region here of Cider, and everything has gone quite well. Had a little bit of luck with his ride caught in the Grand Prix. The Grand Prix seemed to see him well placed, but the Grand Prix with quite a lot of technical elements, and I think the horse jumped well. He and the horse with a little experience, he's growing more, and it will get better. They've been together for a year, been jumping 1.30 m, so he's already done the Copa del Rey and has jumped at Le Bull, and he's jumping really well. I think he's going to be a really important horse for the future.
It's my third time in Maeza here. I really like the show. Everything is perfect. The footing is good, the stables is good, the warm-up is good, and the courses are very nice. So I'm always happy to come back to Maeza.
Great to hear from Thibaut Villeparts, but look, Spain regain the trophy that has been in the hands of Ireland and Italy in the past few years. Congratulations to Teresa Placas Abrascal and Nasser de Toxandria. It has been an amazing Grand Prix yet again here at this CSI 3-star event here in Maeza. Look forward to it being with us again next year.